Good morning, students. Today we will be discussing the difference between the program and algorithm and what are the computer languages and the high level language and the low level languages definitions as well as the differences. In the last class we discussed about the what is an algorithm and the flowchart, what are the difference between the algorithm and the flowchart. So what is an algorithm and the flowchart? Algorithm is nothing but the step by step procedure to solve the problem is called algorithm. Flowchart is nothing but it is an pictorial representation to solve the problem is called the flowchart. And what are the differences are there? Algorithm is nothing but the step-by-step procedure to solve the problem we are calling algorithm, and the flowchart is a diagram created by different shapes to show the flow of data. An algorithm is nothing but the step-by analysis of the work to be done, and flowchart is a pictorial representation of the process. The solution is shown in non-computer language like English. Here we will be writing the solution will be showing in the computer like English only. Here the solution is shown in the flowchart, that is in graphical format. Algorithm is complex to understand. Why it isn't complex? Because everything we have to be writing in the English part only, and what it is going on we can't guess easily, so that's why it isn't complex to understand, whereas flowchart isn't easy to understand. By seeing itself we can be understand. Difficult to show branching and looping in the algorithm, and flowchart it is easy to show branching and looping. So in algorithm it is very difficult where it is going, the condition. We will writing in English statement, even though it is very difficult. Algorithm can be written for any problem. Flowchart for the big problem is impractical. In algorithm, plain text can be used. Here in the flowchart, symbols, shapes are used. In algorithm, it is easy to debug errors. In flowchart, it is hard to debug errors. In algorithm, it is difficult to contrast an algorithm as compared to the flowchart. Flowchart is easy to construct the flowchart. Algorithm does not follow any rules. Here the flowchart follow rules to be constructed. Drawing tools are not required in algorithm. Drawing tools are required in the flowchart. Algorithm is the pseudo code for the program. Flowchart is a just pictorial representation of the logic. Algorithm is an independent of the programming language, whereas a flowchart we have to be use predefined standard symbols. So this is the difference between the algorithm and the flowchart, and some more examples also we saw while using the algorithm. And what is the main objective? On this completion of this period, would able to know what is in computer language, difference between the algorithm and flowchart, classification of computer languages, high level language, low assembly level, and the high level languages. First we will be see the what is an program and the algorithm differences. The difference between the algorithm and the program. So what is an program? Program is nothing but the sequence of the instructions written to perform the specific task with the computer is called the computer program. Algorithm is expressing our ideas or the solution for the specific problem in the step-by-step approach. It is only problem solving and human understandable approach, not for the computer. What we are writing in the algorithm, it is only for the human purpose we are writing, not for the computer program. So program is a step-by-step instructions which implemented for solving the problem by computer system. It must be understandable by only programmers, also computer. Only programmers, also computer. Computer program or the program is a sequence of the instructions written to perform the specific task with computer. Computer requires programs to function which execute the program instructions in the central processor. The program has an executable form that the computer can use directly to execute the instructions. The program what we are writing that should be we need to be executed by the computer. So collection of computer programs and related data is referred as in software. Programs are written by programmers in programming language. Now let me see. We know that algorithm is a just step-by-step procedure. Computer algorithms solve the problem while computer programs implement them in form that computers can execute. Here the main difference between algorithm and the programs. Algorithm is a well-defined step-by-step logical procedure for solving a given problem. Program. It refers to a set of instructions for the computer to follow. A program can be an implementation of many algorithms, or program can even contain no algorithms. Program is nothing but set of instructions. Program is nothing but set of instructions for the computer to follow. Program can be implement many algorithms, or algorithm can contain program can even contain no algorithms. Algorithm provides abstract steps for processing one sequence of related information into different sequence of derived information. Because the algorithm itself we are saying it is a step by step, so everything will be related step one step after another step. The constituents of program may not be conceptually related. Algorithm. It is written using plain English language, can be understood by those from non-programming background, because it is like an English language without any programming background we can be understand. But the program, it would be written in any programming language like Python, Java, C++, JavaScript, or any other languages. Depending on the particular task the program is being designed. For every programming language, that programming design will be different. Algorithm. It can be expressed in natural language, flowcharts, pseudocode, and in a variety of programming languages. Program. We write computer programs in a computer language, then compiler or interpreter translate it into a language that it is understandable by any computer system. Algorithm can be executed by a person. Program is always executed by a person. No rules to be followed in algorithm. Programming language. Program must be followed. Algorithm. We can use any informal language to write an algorithm. While writing the program, we can use only programming language like C, C++, Java, Python. So what is the differences we are saying? Algorithm is a step by step list of steps to solve the problem. Program is a code to solve the problem. In algorithm, it includes English paragraphs. In program, it includes coding lines written in programming language. Algorithm is easy to understand. Program also easy to understand by the person who aware of the programming language. Algorithms are written at design time. Programs can be written at implementation time. It is easy to write by anyone, only written by the programmers. Program can be written by programmers. The person who writes algorithm should have the domain language. Programmer write programs, he may or may not have domain knowledge. Generalized solution to a problem, specialized solution to a problem. No rules has to be followed in algorithm. Programming language must be follow the rules. We can use any informal language or mathematical to write an algorithm. While writing program, we can use only programming languages like C, C++, Java, Python, etc. Not understand by the computer, whereas the program can be understood by the computer. When we are going to write an algorithm, we do not bother about the hardware as a OS. But when we writing the program, it will depend on the hardware and the OS. Whether it is supported or not, we need to be check it. After writing algorithm, we analyze the algorithm. Are we achieving the result perfectly or not? Checking the efficiency of the algorithm in terms of the time and space. Here in the program, after writing the program, we do testing. That is, we need to run and check the program. We need to get the output. Next, what is in computer programming? Computer languages. So, what is in computer languages? How do you think we communicate with computer? Is it possible to communicate with computer? So how we will be communicate with the computers? Computer cannot understand any commands that you may given in English or any other language. If you are giving any instruction to the computer cannot understand. It has own set of instructions for communication, so that we can call computer languages. Computer languages. The user of the computer must be able to communicate with it. The user, we need to be communicate with the computer. It means he must be able to give the computer commands and understand the output that the computer generates. What we are giving to the computer, like input and processing part and output, that should be first understand by the user what we are doing, exactly what it is coming, is it correct or not. First manually, and the human beings should be understand. It is possible due to the invention of the computer languages. To perform a particular task, the programmer write a sequence of instruction called program. Program is nothing but the sequence of instructions called the program. To give instruction to computer, different languages have been developed. What we are giving to the computer, so based on that we develop the number of languages. These languages are called computer languages. So for example, if we want to we need a specific language similar to communicate with the computer. Programmers also need a language called computing programming language. Computer languages are classified into two major categories, that is in low level and the high level. And low level language is again divided into two parts, that is in machine language, assembly level language. Program is a set of instructions that the computer uses a specific function to perform the specific function. Programming languages. As we know, to communicate with a person, we need a specific language similar to communicate with computers. Programmers also need the language. That language we are calling the programming language. Before learning programming language, let's understand what is a language. What is a language? Language is a mode of communication that is used to share the ideas, opinions with each other. So, to communicate with one person to another person, we require the language. For example, if you want to teach someone, we need the language that is understood by the both communicators. What is a programming language? Programming language is a computer language that is used by the programmers, developers to communicate with computers. It is a set of instructions written in any specific language, C, C++, Java, Python, to perform the specific task. The programming languages, which is mainly used to develop desktop applications, websites, mobile applications, etc. So while using this programming language only, we develop number of applications and the softwares. So we know that what are the computer languages. Computer languages are the two types, low level language and high level language. Low level language is again classified into two parts, that is an machine level and the assembly level language. First we will go for the low level language. Low level language. Low level language is a machine dependent. The programs which are written in zeros and ones is called low level language. The processor runs low level programs directly without need of compiler or interpreter. So that programs written in low level language can be run very fast. Low level language is classified divided into two parts. Machine level language. So low level language is nothing but it is a machine dependent. We are saying the programs written in zeros and ones is called the low level language. Machine language is a type of the low level programming type. It is also called it is also called the machine code or the object code. Program language is easy to read, which is normally display in binary or hexa form. It does not require any translator to convert the programs because the computer directly understands the machine language program. So machine level language is also called the machine code or object code. Machine language is easy to understand, easy to read because it normally displays in binary or the hexadecimal form. It does not require any translator to convert the program because computer directly understand the machine language program. Advantages. The language of the machine language, that is, help the programmer to execute the program faster than high level language because the computer itself can understand. Computer understand only the machine language. Programs can run very fast. What are the disadvantages? Programs written in machine language are very lengthy, difficult to convert or modify programs. Programs cannot understand easy. Programs cannot understand easy. These are the disadvantages. Next, high level language. Assembly level language. Assembly level language is also a type of the low level programming language that is designed for specific processor. It represents the set of instructions in symbolic or human understand form. It uses an assembler to convert the assembly language to the machine language. Assembly level language is a set of instructions used in the symbolic and human readable form. To convert the assembly level language, assembler to convert the assembly language to the machine level language. So instead of writing zeros and ones, here we can write the mnemonics. Symbolic is also called mnemonics. Mnemonic codes. They like add, sub. Like English word, we can write these are called the mnemonics to improve the understanding. What are the advantages? Assembly level language is that required less memory and less execution time to execute the program. While compared to machine level language, it is less memory requiring and less execution time to execute the program. Disadvantages: execution of the program takes more time, so has to convert into the machine level language. So to convert into machine level language, so which software we are using? We are using the assembler. So to convert machine level language, we have to use a assembler. From assembler to machine language, we need to be convert. Next, high level language. High level language is designed for developing user defined software programs and the websites. For application developing, we are using the high level language. This programming language requires compiler and the interpreter to translate the program into machine language, because to execute the program, computer cannot understand the high level language. That's why we are using the compiler and the interpreter. And high level language is mainly designed for software development programs and the website purpose we are developing. What are the advantages? The main advantages of the high level language is that it is easy to read, write and maintain. High level languages including Python, Java, JavaScript, PHP, C#, C++, Objective-C, COBOL, Perl, Pascal, Lisp, Fortran, Shift programming language. These are the number of programming languages. Disadvantages: less efficient as they take more execution time when compared to low level language. For the low level language, why we are telling this, it is direct executing. Here we are converting, that's why it takes some more time. Programmer cannot completely connect the total power available at the hardware. There is also drawback. Now what are the difference between low level language and the high level language? First, low level language. We know that it is the it is also known as machine level language. It is easy to it can be understood easily by the machine. It considered as a machine friendly language. It is difficult to understand. It is difficult to debug. Maintenance is also complex. It is not portable. It depends on the machine. Hence, it cannot run on the other platform. It required the assembler that would translate the instructions. It is not used widely today's time. Nowadays, the machine level language is not using. So this is about the lower level language. And coming to the high level language. High level language. It is easily interpreted as well as compiled in comparison as low level language. It can be considered as a programmer friendly language. It is easy to understand, it is easy to debug, it is simple in terms of maintenance, and it requires a compiler interpreter to translate the machine level language. It can be run on any platform. It can be ported from one location to another location. It is a less memory efficient and consumes more memory in comparison to low level language. Examples of the high level language: C, C++, Java, Python. It is widely used today times now the high level language we are using now. So this is the difference between the high level language and the low level language. So in the summary, what we discussing, we discussed about the what is the difference between the algorithm and the program, what are the computer languages and high level language and the low level language, the differences between the high level language and the low level language. And important topics: write the difference between the program and the algorithm, and write the difference between the low level language and the high level language, and what is an machine level language. Also define the high level language and define the assembly level language. These are all the languages can be asking in the 1 mark questions, and this is a 5 marks question. In the next class we will be discussing what is in C, history of C, and importance features of the C language, and what are the steps and what is the structure of the C, and how to execute the C language. In the next class we will be see, as well as what are the source code, what is an compile time, compiler, what is an interpreter, what is an assembler. Also we will be see in the next class. In the next class, we will be discussing the history of the C and what are the main features of the C language, who developed the C languages, and further what are the languages are there, and what are the advantages of the C languages, and what is the structure of the C language, and next and how to execute the C language. Also, we will be seeing the next class. Okay, thank you guys.